the Vice Chancellor, Principal, the Saúde, Ohio, the Reserve Subvention, the staff and members who are able to make it down the other collaborators, we appreciate you all. The living keynote speech today and this summit, the inaugural summit of the Youth Education and Entrepreneurship Summit 2023, held at 4 My dear apology for that technical issue. I was taking a break. Sorry for the technical issue. I was taking observing purposes when we have technical issue. Let me come over it again. The Council and the Senate, Vice Chancellor, the management staff, the Dean of Students, and other head of department, the Dean of the faculty, the collaboration, the Dean of the faculty of Post-Teaching University, the student bodies, we are collaboration. So the pilot, the University Foundation, the University Convention members and the leader, the president of the president, we're very grateful for this collaboration and for the able representation of the organization, the members of the convention in the past week. We acknowledge also the contribution of this foundation and every other collaborator that contributed to the success of this summit. I want to appreciate especially the committee that handle the day-to-day running in preparation for this summit. We are the behind the scenes person. We are leader, Nicola Olatunji, members such as Esther Ali, Lianu Komolafe, Faith Ewedokun, Uche Gbo, Toluwalogo Badewo, also provide the program director, Emmanuel Father, and other academy performance as well. Thank you all for the good work you do. I appreciate also the board of advisory, the management team, ably led by the president of one foundation, the director of each director, the executive team that I lead, the volunteers, sponsors of this event, who are numerous. Thank you so much for coming to. I am delivering the keynote speech today. I'm also speaking more at the background, and I'm aware of a lot of things that transpire. And I will have to also appreciate some individuals who yes and who no shape this event to what we have to do. Thanks to the Honorable Minister and all the staff members of Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, Abuja, who was to be in this meeting, but consider it an honor to send a letter explaining why he's not able to make it to the meeting. We quite appreciate you, Madam Honorable Minister. We quite appreciate you and the members of the staff members of the ministry. So very good. All right. The topic before, the theme of the summit is actually a big and bogus one. And then in the youth, education, and entrepreneurship summit, every single component of that statement, of the theme, of the name of this event, and then that was the theme, pardon me, the theme, which is entrepreneurship entrepreneurial development, forward thinking mindset. Everything what this summit is deep and massive, which are meant to come and clarify and give the level of deliver it with the level of completion. And I'll be doing that under the following, the outline. We'll be looking at the introduction, which will have the three components, the background, the culture, and the test. Then we'll be going into the question of the quest of the youth, which is statistics-based and fast and figure-based. The digital-friendly evaluation system that is feature skill learning, digital matchmaking for skills, e-commerce, insurance, for settlement and feedback platform for master, settlement of apprentice, and then feedback platform for master. Then we'll look into the stakeholders validation of the youth quest. What did the federal government, the president, Federal Republic of Nigeria, has to say about this very stand of the youth, or the stand of the president of Anais Ndidi, the President General of Anais Ndidi, and the practice of was the stand of the World Trade Organization Director General. And the fourth part of this is will be on the why, the how, and the what of NGS. NGS is the short form of the Youth Education and Entrepreneurial Summit. Thank you for coming along. The background. I'd like individuals to notice who are joining us and those who are participating at any level, the virtual attendees, the on-site attendees, and those who will be streaming this afterwards. from all our social media platforms. I want to bring to your notice that if you are pressing system, which hereafter will be referring to as IAS, the Igbo apprenticeship system, which are hereafter be referring to as IAS, is a technology developed from socioeconomic understanding of the subject of individuals. And it's basically uh, something that, I mean, a tool, a technology. I call it technology because of its capacity to turn around a lot of things around socioeconomic issues in the land, in the South Sea. And it's a mix of human capital development. So this deep understanding that human capital development is involved in this, and as well as commerce. In the sociopreneurship term, it simply means making impact and making profit along the line. And also in generation to generation preservation, it's both human capital transfer and wealth transfer from generation to generation. It's a sustainable venture capital endeavor in current business development terms. IAS is a sustainable venture capital endeavor and a viable startup incubator, which also ensure that individuals are able to afford it as a business too. Because the way an apprentice enters is not the way such an apprentice returns, no matter how few the rate of entry or enrollment or engagement. IAS is a sustainable inheritance and heritage preservation of individuals. This is confirmed by the fact that it is the culture. IAS isn't just a business practice. It also serves as means of preserving the heritage, the identity, the language, and the cultural value. That is what Emily said, Obama said in Guidance Newspaper 2023. The market is the epicenter. I mean, the apprenticeship system is practiced in the marketplace. And then, which makes the marketplace to become epicenter of the community, of business, and all social interaction of the people. Some people, they always say when we interact with them, like, I'm born and bred in the market. I know the in and out of the market. What they are simply saying is that their parents are involved with the apprenticeship system, and they have business that emanate from there, and they are also building businesses, which is what Solu Ajene has cited in opening MLEK 2023 for saying that market is the epicenter of community, business, and social interaction to an equal. All right, and Solu Ajene continues by saying that yet to be discovered, we are yet to come across another culture for which market holds such a fascinating centrality in the world scale, apart from what we have with individuals. The question, remember the introduction has three parts: the background, the culture, and then the question. The question is, since the apprenticeship system involves teaching and learning, because it has to do with transfer of, human capital development and transfer of wealth. It has to do with incorporation of the young ones into the identity, language, and culture of the people. Now, that means that teaching and learning is core in the apprenticeship system. Now, in as much as it involves teaching and learning, there is no apprenticeship system digital learning platform so far. The system is heavily commercial. Transaction is all done and not. On every second. There's yet to be a e-commerce platform that is illegal apprenticeship system compliant. there are some things that are deep culture, deep um, perception and perspective, for which reason there should be an e-commerce platform that is a very system, those who are in this will be able to trust and adopt. Pardon me. Now, in as much as there's a lot of transactions, as I said earlier, there have not been e-transaction platform that is operating system compliant. Neither has there been named yet an accounting platform, e-accounting platform that is operating system compliant. Lastly, the operating system is based on contract relationships. Pardon me for using that word contract relationship. It's a relationship that exists between master and apprentice, a kind of in-local parenting. The parenting that is, the relationship that is between master and apprentice. Yes, there has not been any insurance platform that will ensure that at least get one agreement on settlement is common when the apprentice serves the test. Now, I haven't asked the questions around digital platform and individual apprentice system. Permit me to let you know that the youth have their choice. They have what they desire to see, and simply put, they desire to see a digital, youth-friendly apprentice system. And I would like to permit me to go into facts and figures, into the result of our research that we conducted recently in youth as a survey and as an interview. We realized that the 61.61% and 61.4, 61.61% and then 61.48% thereabouts of the surveyed youth who are dependents that participated in our survey. We realized that 61.61% and 61.48% of these respondents are aware they are directly or indirectly involved in the apprenticeship system respectively. They are aware of it, they can tell you deeply about it. The interesting part, however, was on how the respondents, especially the schooling youth, desire to tap into this great technology. They are aware of the technology. I called it the apprenticeship technology. All right. So they are aware of it and they know the efficacy and they are interested in it. But then there's a way in which they want it delivered that makes them participate. All right. By the feedback we got, the statistics from our survey, we realized that 70% desire that the apprenticeship system be delivered in form of incentive, while 30% say they are okay with teaching apprentices what it is right now. What the majority, that means the 70% mean by saying that they desire the apprenticeship system to be an incentive is that they want a kind of a system that is flexible. But then before I go into that, let us know further, since we are still dealing with statistics, that out of this 70%, out of this 7 out in every state that says that they desire the apprenticeship system to be an intensive mode as against apprenticeship mode. The perceived apprenticeship as not flexible in all ramifications. It's simply something that insists on physical presence, that insists of grinding or silencing them, and what of it. And so as said, they feel that it should be in the form of intensity. All right. Of this same percentage, 75.44% of these same people have started equipping themselves using alternative means. Alternative means like getting mentors for themselves. Means like attending summits, all right, things like reading books, streaming YouTube channels, and all these materials for information around their human capital development, which they should have gotten from the apprenticeship system as their best right by which human capital development is given to them, or they obtain development of the human capital. But then they are going after alternatives to ensure this happens. Personally, I feel since the Javanese system is about preservation of the heritage, identity, language, and culture, and not just about history, I feel that it's not safe to allow the youth to live such a complete compendium, such a complete package of human capital development, which the forbears left for them to be delivered to them. It's not appropriate to leave them to go for sanity as they are speaking now. 75%. That's key. Meaning less than 25% of the people that desire intensity are still waiting. Will probably not doing anything yet. But 75% of them are both to seek for authority because they don't want to remain where they are at the day. So danger is looming. Also, for those ones that are enrolled into the apprenticeship system, like that, those 30% of those who are not fully, and then they enroll. And then those who refuse to even do anything, or the ones that are dropped out, or the ones that are not settled by their master, all these things, these individuals are going for alternatives also, like their schooling counterparts. But unlike their schooling counterparts, they are going for things like Yahoo Yahoo. Some are going for associated class. And all because they want to ensure that their life makes sense. These two alternatives that the youth, illegal youth are seeking for is a serious problem. It's a serious danger, but I believe leaders have to look into it. Now, the stakeholders validation. What are the stakeholders saying in the light of these very view and ways that the youth are saying? In the light of what the youth are saying, the view of the youth, is it in the same way? Is it the same thing with the view of the stakeholder? Let me start with the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. At the 29th National Economic Summit, said the youth are silent majority. Rather, silent majority who need a voice. Or silence them. Perhaps because their choice, the way they desire things to be done, like apprenticeship emphasized in the country, and against intensity, whereby about 75% are already turned down from even having anything to do with the apprenticeship, right? That is, I see that as a result of this silence. And so therefore, the products decide to fear flame as against participating. So they need a voice. That's what the president said. Another stakeholder, the Director General of World Trade Organization, affirmed that the world is going digital. And that's what the youth are saying. We want digital, youth-friendly to the apprenticeship system. And this stakeholder says the world is going digital. He said it recently in one of the speeches he delivered, or that I have access to recently, calling on the traditional ruler in the Southeast and the governor to kindly do something around that individuals must go in the way of digitally delivered services and good faith. There should be e-learning, digital health services, and e-accounting among others. The digitally delivered services and good trade is the e-commerce, I believe. All right, and the closest to this, to this the operating system is the President General of Honor worldwide, who at his inauguration as the president of Honor mentioned that young people will have digital technology education right from their nursery school. I believe also this header statement, this thorough person is seeing the future and is affirming that the youth are also seeing the future. And then with this stakeholder commission, I believe this has validated the youth quest for a digital, youth-friendly student system, which therefore require that action must be taken, steps must be taken. In order to summarize all I've said so far, the introduction, the question, the quest of the youth, and lastly, the validation of the stakeholders. I would like to summarize this in 5 points. The apprenticeship system is a legacy project, a means of enculturation of younger generation, wealth creation, and much more. So it's more than people, it's more than profit making, it's more than creating businesses. Although it does have deceptive. Youth in their majority desire a digital youth-friendly version of the apprenticeship system. At least, 94%, 75% to 94% of the schooling youth are saying this loud and clear. And 70 to 94% are saying this loud and clear, while 25% of this same catchment are already taking steps. Okay, the stakeholders can't agree with the youth stand, all right? And then some youth are already drinking from alternative course to the level of danger to the apprenticeship system sustainability. I raised it that danger is booming because when you do not see the child and whatever the child eats or drinks is what he or she will behave alike. Very, very important. The apprenticeship system is not just about business. I said it in the first point. It's a legacy project. It's enculturation. It's a means of preserving the identity and the culture of the people. So therefore, it should be treated as something much more than this. All right. Developing a digital youth-friendly apprenticeship system is the way forward. Since the youth, the world at large, the youth, the stakeholders are all agreeing with them. The way forward is a digital youth-friendly apprenticeship system. All right. To this end, this explains why individual youth education and entrepreneurship summits that we are holding. All right, this is why we are open to use this summit, that's the stand of the organizer, Oak Nation Entrepreneurial Foundation, in partnership with the Coast City University. The stand is that we are open to use this summit to position the youth in the forefront of the attempt to create a more digital, youth-friendly version of the apprenticeship system. And in the summit, both the organizers, the partners, and the collaborators, especially towards the IO group. We are here to ensure everyone arrives from the summit empowered to be part of the revolution of the government system where youth contribute significantly than just being apprentices. All right. Yeah, our keynote, our speaker who immensely have contributed and bringing this kind of people together, this kind of people together, Ajilore and Oluwatoyin Ajilore, Chukwuemeka, Yemi Adekunle, Chisom, Chukwuemeka, Chukwuemeka on time, and then Mrs. Happiness Obia. With myself, as keynote speaker, and the deliberateness of partnering with Full City University, which is in the heart of Enugu and in the heart of the Southeast, and collaborating deliberately with our collaborators, especially Soho.io, in the Nigeria Convention as state-based organization that has already started doing things in entrepreneurship. We had a theoretical perspective presented in the story of Chukwuemeka Osai, who happened to open this summit with the conversation that was held in the studio, and we had over 90 people tuned in. The story of Yemi Adekunle, which was shared with the youth who are in attendance, yes, and then those who stream or joined via text. The second business case study on entrepreneurship dynamics, which was delivered by the Happiness Obia. Sessions on converting education to entrepreneurship, which was delivered by Oluwatoyin Ajilore Chukwuemeka, and ably supported by Mr. Chisom Chukwuemeka. The work of NGS, the practical perspective that we brought in is where Soho.io strongly deliver on this summit. The design thinking group with facilitators were first of all, the facilitators were trained as a Monday to ensure that they are equipped on what design thinking is all about in order to produce in them forward thinking mindset. In order to produce in them the forward thinking mindset. So a digital youth-friendly operating system from aspect of it was designed, developed during the interaction and the facilitator training on Monday the 30th of October 2023, where e-commerce e-learning platform matching masters and apprentices, things like a feedback platform for the masters and all those things were looked into. And again, during the conference, of course, Soho.io co-founder, the president of Mr. Malik, was on ground again here in the Full City University and focus with individuals that some of them were facilitators that were trained on Monday, and then some were not. Again, Mr. Malik took them through this, and together with the participants in the focus group discussion, they reviewed the developed solutions that were as of Monday, that were reported as of Monday. They reviewed at least one of these solutions, and a lot of possible problems were again discovered, which will, I feel as a kind of like testing level, which again all Hence, I will beg to ensure that this product is refined. On this note, every individual that is interested in ensuring that a digital youth evaluation system is developed, so please contact Oak Nation Entrepreneurial Foundation for necessary interaction. And of course, we always bring in major collaborators in this aspect of the summit, who is in person of the Keynote.io individual, founder and co-founder, and the team as a whole will always be brought into this discussion because they are for this and they collaborated with us to bring about this event. All right. So we have said a lot on this. Summary, the participants, I believe you have been doing your best as of Monday based on the facilitators that are trained. Day one, you all came in mass and did your best. Day two, today, when is the ultimate day, I believe also a number of you are on ground and then you started, and I believe you will do your best to see it through. Do your best in the sense that until this digital youth-friendly development system is delivered, you know it. And together with us, we want to confess that we are in the generation of all thinkers who develop habits. Just when issue is the case, we will be mentioned, and that is basically it is true to the mention. And how do you make this choice? By ensuring that you are a forward thinker who believe so much in the development system and know that it's beyond making profit. It's about human development capital. It's about preserving the culture, preserving the identity of our people who are entrepreneurial and who are pretty much, important to the world. Thank you and God bless.